In this video, we're going to show you how to set up custom displays. This will allow you to customize the way results are displayed in Matrix. Once you've done a search in Matrix and you've gone through your criteria, you've gone through your map, and then you go to results here on the right-hand side, the default display for properties in Matrix is going to be what's called the agent single line display right here, agent single line. And you've got all these icons, the MLS number, that's how you open up the listing individually, the status, address, city, zip code, subdivision, square foot heated, price, bedrooms, and then all this information over here to the right. So this is the default view. You can edit this if you'd like. You can actually change the display, change this grid, how it's set up, how you want to see it. So there are a couple different options here. One of the options that you can utilize is the ability to move the columns in a different order. So if there's just something simply that you'd like to move, when I mouse over it, notice how my little mouse becomes a little four-pointed cross here. I can left click and hold and drag any column in any order that I want to. So maybe I want to put the address over here, or maybe I want to take the price and move it over here. Okay, the real secret to all of this is don't click on the word. The word actually does a sort. You want to click on the blank area of the different columns. So I can move things around if I want to. Now, while I'm in this session of Matrix, every time I do a search, it will come up like this. But when I log out and I log back in, it's going to go back to the way it was. So hold on to that thought for a moment. I also have the ability to go in and add or remove columns. So if there's something in here that I don't want, I could take it out. So let's say we didn't need subdivision name for whatever reason. I can, once again, mouse over the blank area of the column. In this case, it'll just be one click, left click, and I could take that column out if I want to. So let's say I wanted to remove that. And now it's gone. Once again, this is going to be like this in this session of Matrix. I can also add an additional column in here. So if there's a piece of information that's not in the default agent single line, I can add it. All I have to do is go to the blank area of the column, click once, and you're going to see the ability to insert a column. So it's going to have all the different categories of Matrix. They're searchable. I could go in and let's say I want price per square foot. I can add that in. Now, it doesn't really matter where you put it once you click on it and go to apply here at the bottom right, because once you get the column in there, see how it's now adding current price? I can drag and drop this and put this wherever I want. Okay. All right, so I've got my price per square foot here. I can move that next to the current price. So this is kind of half the job here. Now, while I'm in this session of Matrix, it's going to show up like this. So I got a couple options here. If I feel like this is a temporary thing and I want to just pull up this display later, I can give this a name. So if you look here to the top right, there is a little button here. And when I mouse over, it's a little pencil on paper. It says Manage Display. So when I click on it, I could give this a name. I could say Custom Display. I'll put Stellar, just so we can have something to grab easily later on. Now watch what happens here where it says Agent Single Line. When I click Save as Copy, now it's going to say My Customer Display Stellar here. So this is going to now be one of my options that I could go in and use in the future. Or I could go back to the original display, the Agent Single Line display. Or let's say this is exactly how I want to see my results forever. Well, I can click on the gear if I want to take this a step further, and I could say Set Current Display as my search starting default. And now my default display is going to be whatever I have here, Customer Display Stellar. You can have as many of these as you'd like. Now you can't break it because under the gear here, you can always reset to system search default. So you can always set it back to the way it was. Now in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now these displays, if you ever wanted to go in and delete them, let's say you don't need this many, you can go under My Matrix up here. Remember, everything you ever save in Matrix goes here. Go down to Settings at the bottom, and you're going to see your custom displays right here. So when I click on Custom Displays, I've got all the displays in here. and I could see all of them. And if I wanted to delete it or edit it from here, now I can. Thank you so much for taking a moment to watch this video. If you ever have any questions or need any sort of assistance, please feel free to reach out to the MLS support. The contact information is right here on the screen. I hope you have a great day, and until next time, stay stellar.